Imagine settling into bed tonight, closing your eyes just as you've done thousands of times before, but never opening them again. No warning signs, no memorable pain, just sudden, permanent silence. It happens far more frequently than most people realize. Every year, hundreds of thousands of adults over 50 experience fatal heart attacks and strokes in their sleep. But here is the most terrifying reality. For the vast majority of them, the culprit wasn't a rare disease, bad luck, or genetics alone. It was a routine habit they practiced every single night, completely unaware of the danger. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the nighttime habits that quietly transform your sleep into the most hazardous window of the day for your heart and brain. More importantly, I'll share actionable adjustments you can make starting tonight to drastically lower your risk. This isn't medical sensationalism or fear-mongering. It is clinical reality. My name is Dr. John, and I have spent decades studying cardiovascular health in adults over 50. If you fall into this age bracket, the next few minutes could quite literally save your life. Why your body is vulnerable at 3 a.m. Here is a critical fact most people overlook. Your cardiovascular system is at its most fragile during the night. According to data from the American Heart Association, nearly half of all fatal cardiac events in older adults strike between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. That specific window is no coincidence. When you sleep, your body is engineered to enter a protective, restorative state. Your blood pressure naturally drops, known as nocturnal dipping. Your heart rate slows down to rest. Your nervous system shifts into deep cellular repair. Your brain flushes out metabolic waste accumulated throughout the day. However, when specific evening habits disrupt these natural processes, sleep stops being a sanctuary and becomes a physiological minefield instead. Today, we will break down exactly why these cardiac events cluster in the dark, identify the 5 most hazardous nighttime habits for anyone over 50, and establish a straightforward evening routine to protect your brain and heart while you rest. Every insight shared today is backed by peer-reviewed medical research and translated into steps you can actually use. Let's look at the first silent trigger. The 5 lethal nighttime habits. 1. Late night and heavy dining. Most people view a late meal as a harmless indulgence or just an altered schedule. But after age 50, when you eat matters just as much as what you eat. It dictates whether your heart gets to rest or is forced to fight for hours. When you consume a heavy meal late in the evening, especially past 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., it triggers a dangerous chain reaction. Your digestive tract demands a massive surge of blood flow. Your heart is forced to pump significantly harder to fuel your stomach and intestines. Your blood pressure spikes at the exact moment it is supposed to drop. Your metabolic rate accelerates when it should be winding down. Simply put, you are forcing your cardiovascular system to work overtime when it desperately needs to recuperate. A major study tracking over 100,000 adults in the European Heart Journal revealed a troubling pattern. Individuals who consistently ate dinner late showed a vastly higher incidence of nighttime heart attacks and strokes compared to early diners. Why? Late digestion spikes blood triglycerides, triggers arterial inflammation, and prevents normal nighttime blood pressure dipping. Furthermore, sleeping with a full stomach causes acid reflux. Beyond the discomfort, severe reflux can overstimulate the vagus nerve, potentially triggering dangerous irregular heart rhythms in older adults. A patient story. I once treated a 60-year-old patient who managed a busy lifestyle by eating heavy dinners late at night for decades. One evening, her heart couldn't handle the compounding stress anymore, and she suffered a severe heart attack in her sleep. She survived, but it was a harsh wake-up call. The good news is that reversing this habit yields instant benefits. Eating lighter, earlier meals allows your heart rate to lower properly, stabilizes blood pressure, and significantly cuts down your nocturnal risk. 2. Missing or mismanaging medication windows. If you take prescribed medication for hypertension, cholesterol, or blood thinning, this section is vital. Blood pressure operates on a strict internal clock. In healthy individuals, it drops during sleep. But in many adults over 50, this natural drop fails to happen, or worse, their pressure spikes in the dark. This is a silent killer called nocturnal hypertension. Clinical trials published in the Lancet demonstrate that properly timing your medication can cut the risk of nighttime strokes and heart attacks nearly in half. Conversely, skipping doses or taking them erratically allows silent fluid and pressure spikes to occur while you sleep. These sudden pressure surges can rupture unstable plaques in your arteries, forming rapid blood clots that travel straight to the heart or brain without a single warning symptom. Don't treat your prescriptions as optional details. Treat them as your frontline defense. Always consult your physician on the optimal time to take your doses and never skip a night. 3. Ignoring undiagnosed sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, is one of the most underdiagnosed threats in adults over 50. Sleep apnea causes you to repeatedly stop breathing throughout the night, sometimes for 10, 20, or even 30 seconds at a time. Every single pause causes your blood oxygen levels to crash. Your brain senses this suffocation and triggers an immediate survival response. Your heart races, your blood pressure rockets upward, and stress hormones like cortisol flood your system. This violent cycle can repeat hundreds of times a single night, often without you ever fully waking up or remembering it. Data from major university health systems show that leaving sleep apnea untreated triples your risk of a nighttime heart attack and quadruples your risk of a stroke. Watch out for these critical warning signs: chronic loud snoring, waking up gasping or choking, frequent morning headaches, debilitating daytime fatigue, blood pressure that refuses to come down with medication. While training yourself to sleep on your side can offer mild structural relief, it is absolutely no substitute for a professional sleep study and a proper diagnosis. 4. Going to bed dehydrated. As we cross the age of 50, our body's natural thirst mechanism begins to dull. At the same time, many older adults intentionally cut back on water in the evening to avoid making annoying trips to the bathroom at night. While that might seem practical for your sleep schedule, it is incredibly dangerous for your vascular system. As you sleep, your body continuously sheds moisture through respiration and sweat. If you go to bed already dehydrated, your circulatory system is severely compromised. Here is what happens under the surface. When your body lacks water, your blood volume drops and your blood becomes noticeably thicker. Viscous, thick blood flows much slower through your vessels, and slow-moving blood clots much faster. When you pair thick, sluggish blood with the natural drop in heart rate and blood pressure that occurs during sleep, the blood supply to vital areas of your brain and heart can drop to critical levels. This is precisely why evening dehydration significantly elevates the risk of ischemic strokes and nocturnal cardiac events. You don't need to chug water right before bed. Simply drink one dedicated glass of water 1 to 2 hours before turning in, and empty your bladder right before lying down. Keep a glass on your nightstand to take small sips if you wake up parched. This basic habit keeps your blood flowing smoothly all night long. 5. Sleeping in extreme bedroom temperatures. The climate of your bedroom has a direct, immediate impact on your cardiovascular stability while you rest. When a room is too hot, above 24 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Fahrenheit, your body has to work intensely to dump excess heat. Your blood vessels dilate heavily, your heart rate accelerates, and you lose fluids through sweat. This combination spikes cardiovascular stress and disrupts your sleep architecture. Conversely, an excessively cold room is just as dangerous. Cold air triggers vasoconstriction, the narrowing of your blood vessels. This raises vascular resistance, forcing an aging heart to pump against much higher pressures. For adults over 50 with stiffer arteries, this sudden increase in workload can be the final trigger for a cardiac event. Now that you understand these 5 hidden triggers, let's build a protective step-by-step evening routine that you can implement starting tonight. If you do have to get up in the middle of the night, always sit on the edge of the bed for a few moments before standing up to prevent sudden, dangerous drops in blood pressure. Let's review the 5 silent habits we need to break. 1. Heavy late-night dinners. 2. Mismanaged or skipped medication times. 3. Ignoring chronic snoring and sleep apnea. 4. Heading to bed in a state of dehydration. 5. Sleeping in rooms that are too hot or too cold. Experiencing even one of these factors puts stress on your body. When they combine, they create a perfect physiological storm. But here, attacks and strokes are not an inevitability. They are highly preventable. You don't need expensive treatments or extreme overhauls. You just need awareness and consistency. If you are over the age of 50, tonight matters. Don't wait until next week to protect your health. Your heart has been working tirelessly for you for decades. Give it the safe, genuine rest it deserves. Before you go, please take a second to do 4 quick things to help support this life-saving information. Subscribe to the channel for weekly, clear, science-backed health insights tailored for adults over 50. Like this video to help the algorithm push this critical warning to others who might be at risk without knowing it. Leave a comment below stating, "I'm changing this tonight." Your public commitment might just inspire someone else to take action. Share this video with someone you care about, a spouse, a parent, or a lifelong friend. You may never truly know whose life you end up saving. Sleep should heal your body, not harm it. Take control of your evening routine tonight. I'm Dr. John, and I will see you in the next video.